All right. We are still now. We are actually trusting to leave here by 3, making sure everything is done. We go. So it's not something that I'm going to be either hurrying or something that you are going to be placed under compulsion. I just want you to actually relax and feel at home. Take the last, and then we will. We actually have to appreciate God in advance because He has done great things with this program. And yes, you know, you will always have to find out how meetings were birthed, how people start movements. We started on a very great point, and God has been faithful to us. So the next one, we are not going to just sit like this and be waiting until it is 2.5 days. No, it's what we are going to begin to do and begin to tell the people we are inviting. And we will want them to come from far to be able to be. One of the things that I appreciate as a facilitator is the staying power of audiences. People who have come for programs and they stay through. You know, the mind goes up and down. There are times you become absent within the meeting. And then there are also times you reconnect. But the most important thing in every meeting is that I disciplined myself to the end. So somebody say, even if you don't gain anything, for the fact that you are disciplined till the end, you have gotten a new discipline that can be explored in another area. It is not obvious that all the things we are saying here are new. No, they are not. It's only that the power of repetition is a great thing. It makes you and me to return and to do good things. So I will be dealing with part 2 of the disruption. And I want you to also know that this is where I stopped in the morning. That these economic colonizers, they don't want us to be on the same table. You know, because if you are on the same table with people that you are doing business with, you are going to take decisions together. You will critique the decisions. You will weigh the price. You will have contributions. You are part of any decision that's going to be taken. Therefore, you are bound by what it is. But when you are not there, they can take decisions that can entangle you. So when we say we have the National Assembly, and you have the senators, and you have state, whatever executives you call them, in politics, that's why they can pass bill without even asking you. They will just bring laws and pass them and say, well, this is what we want to do. This is how evil bills, which become laws later, that deteriorate or build countries. Your senator is supposed to be your light because he is the overseer of your constituency. But because he is not thinking about you, what he is going to gain, that is going to be. And so we have bad governance because of this. What I am saying here is that if we are going to disrupt for advancement, then you have to begin to aim at being at the table with decision makers. People should not make decisions on your behalf when you are in business. You must be. Don't just bring money and put and say, well, I partner with this amount of money, or I invest this. Yes, it's good to invest the money, but it's also good for you to be in the position of making decisions. And you have to sit with them. Is that right? It is like this everywhere. Now, basically, maybe if all of us are having the same faith, what happened in all our churches' headquarters? The churches' headquarters, they sit down, whoever are the leadership in that headquarters, they take decisions and then they pass laws to all the areas where their denominations are situated. All of you in this place, you're going to be bringing in 200,000 every month, every day. They don't see you. They don't know the capacity. They don't know anything you are doing with your monies and things like that. All is going to be returns. And then you hear members grumbling. Pastors are not doing this. Pastors are that. That is. But if they can seek the opinion of members, things will begin to change. In fact, there are certain things that people do that you can actually refute. And it's going to be a great thing that we are. So please, I want you to understand that these people don't need you at the table. That's actually. You don't have a lot to contribute at the table. That is their meaning. That we don't want you to sit with us when we are negotiating, we are taking decisions, we are exploring, we are strategizing, we are making scenario planning. You don't have to be here because you don't have what it takes to contribute. That's the meaning. And in this age, we can never be in an age like this and never have what to contribute. We must contribute. You must grow so bad that when it comes to taking decisions, giving contributions, analyzing, critiquing, and doing whatever it's going to be, you should be able to know. It is always said that in whatever business you run, you should be able to know 70% of how that business runs. 70%. If you are doing an investment, you should be able to investigate until you come to that level. So certain things need to be done. I want you to understand, people don't want us to. Let me say this, for example. As a pastor, when politicians come to your church and they want to use your church to do campaign, the first thing they say is that we have come to receive a blessing. And it's a lie. They are not coming to receive a blessing. We have come to receive a blessing in the church. Why is it that they are telling you a lie? They are telling you a lie because they know they cannot meet you at home and have a meeting with you. That's number one. Number two, they know that even if they have political issues to discuss, as a pastor, mentally they have concluded you don't know politics. So there's nothing for you to contribute. Therefore, you cannot be with us on the same table. Now, what do they say? They give you what is called lip service. What is lip service? Just pray for us. They know prayer, you can pray. But to contribute and give them strategies of how to win the election, how to do campaign, how to go along with all those nitty-gritties, they will not allow you. They know you don't know. Are you with me now? Even if they invite you for a meeting, they will finish all their discussions and they will say, Pastor, Kaimanadwa. Now, why do they do that? It's because they know that the only thing you can do well here is not to contribute, but to do what? To pray for us. And I'm speaking to all of us that it is very, very bad for us to come to a place where you cannot contribute. It is bad. We have to, and we must come to. So let us not begin to have lip services that are always given unto us. I want to challenge you that from today, because now my ending is going to be a little bit punchy, but just get that one. You must begin to have the instrument of power, which is the economic power. You must have. We must begin to have. You remember when Philip Anthony was here some years ago, he told us our friend from where? Yeah, Switzerland. He told us, he said, that the reason why he can actually relate with the political people in Kaduna State, as young as he is, though he is not a politician, he contributed money for the political issues of this state. Is that right? I told you also that when McCarthy was the governor of Kaduna State, the Christian Association and the PFN were saying he was biased. He doesn't want to recognize the Christians. He does not carry them along, and plenty things like that. And the statements went to him, so he called all the pastors, PFN and CAN, and say, all of you come. And it is a true statement. He now said to them, I have a project of 20 million. And I want any one of you who can actually come in and support, contribute to this. And, they didn't know where he was going. So everybody kept quiet. This is not prayer. Yeah? This is not prayer. It's not prophecy. It's money. It's money. So everybody kept quiet. Then that act actually made him more angry. So he stood up and he said unto them, next time you open your mouth to say something, you must be qualified to say it. I said, now I am giving you an opportunity as all the pastors of CAN and PFN together, and none of you can say, I have this amount of money to give. So he said, this is why you think you are marginalized. So sometimes we just speak what we don't understand. People, the government is not carrying us alone. There is segregation, there is favoritism, there is nepotism, there is religious issues coming in. Sometimes there is nothing like that. It's just that we are not qualified. And I hope you know that. Now, that does not mean that the Christian Association and CAN cannot produce 20 million. But their denominational headquarters can never allow it. And because we cannot do that, one Muslim will provide. And then now we say Christians are not in favor. So some of the things we actually do, we are wrong. Because we are not on the table with these people. So for us to begin to come to this place, we must disrupt. And to disrupt is to disallow members of one faith to be on the same table. Because whatever they do and send to us, it becomes our entanglement. That is the truth about it. People don't hate you. You and me don't have what people are looking for. So you and me become unnecessary in their place of meeting. And we will begin to. Jesus Christ came, he was invited for a feast. And the first miracle that we call it in the scriptures. And he went there, and it was a wedding. Are you here with me now? Everybody, what was it? Say it. What was it? It was a wedding. That wedding is not spiritual. There has never been any wedding in Israel that look like the ones we do in church. None of our weddings resemble Israel. Seriously. And it is not a Christian wedding. When we come to church and we're doing wedding, it's not a Christian wedding. Marriage is marriage. There's nothing like Christian or unchristian marriage. No, there's nothing like that. Really, I'm maybe shocking, but you know me very well. There is nothing like this is a marriage, a Christian marriage. No, marriage is marriage. Read Jesus' conversation with the lady that had 5 husbands, the Samaritan woman. What happened? 5 times. What did the Bible say? Jesus said to her, 5 times you married. What, how many times? Who was speaking? The initiator of the institute. 5 times you married. Now you are staying with somebody else. That is not legalized marriage. You may end up having it, or you may leave and back out. But he said you married 5 times. And if Jesus recognized that she actually married 5 times, that was marriage. where it was married, where it was done, how it was done. He knew you have been married. And it's not that the woman told him. No, he was the one who said it. And the woman was so shocked. How come you know these things? How come? People who know things like this must be Messiah. That's all. The people in this village, they don't even know except those who have experienced what I have gone through. Now, see, the challenge is when we say Christian marriage and then we bring all these things into it, it becomes a problem. So Jesus looked at her, and after she made all the confession, Jesus said to her, this is what you're going to do. She left Jesus right there and went to town to call people to come and see a man who told her everything that she has done. And Jesus never said to her, go back to your first husband. Out of these 5, choose one. If you don't like all of them, throw them away and start afresh. Did he say anything like that? No. He left her with her choice. If something has happened to you, you can take a decision that will better your life from now henceforth. That came in. So Jesus came. He was invited for a wedding. And let me tell all of you here, when you read all the things Jesus did, they are divided into 7 portions. It's either he was solving a political issue, a governmental issue, a leadership issue, or he was into education. If he was not found in education, he was into business. If he was not addressing business, he was into religion. If he was not addressing religion, he was into social sphere. So this wedding was social sphere. And he met a social need. You are not here with me. It was a social need. What were the people looking for? The wine has finished. So, reception is supposed to close. And the mother came to and said, they have run out of what will keep these people here. And Jesus said, woman, my time has not. And between my time has not come, while the mother was moving, he also stood up and he said, go and tell them to have the 6 jars filled with water. And they fixed all of that. 6 jars. And he supplied. That was a social need. You can never do spiritual work without meeting social needs. This is what we are. And we have become so serious in whatever we do. So for us to disrupt, we must be spiritual and we must also meet the needs of people. Because the needs of people are not only spiritual. They are social needs. So let me say this. The first miracle, the first work, the public ministry of Jesus was not spiritual. It was social. Did you get that? Did you? Now that's it. Now, most of us, if you were at the level of Jesus, born again, spirit filled, at that time, will you go for a wedding of somebody you don't know, whether it's a Christian, is a Buddhist, or whatever? Will you go? But you see, we are called to solve needs, and that's what I'm saying. That you must begin to have the instrument of power, which is the economic power, instrument of power. Let me also say this. Let's look at to be recognized and honored in the society. That is when people will begin to respect you. When you become an instrument of power, believe what I'm telling you, people will instantly honor you. They will instantly, they will respect you. And they will be with you. It doesn't matter what faith you carry. They will be with you. Most of the reasons why we are looking at our own Christian politicians, now I'm still using these derogative words like Christian politician, Muslim politician, Buddhist, whatever. Those things are not just good for us. You are a politician, and the aim of it is that you're going to make people's lives better. That's the focus. If we do not do that one, it is. So now, let's look at this. how do you connect in disruption for advancement? Every one of you here. You must have what is called power connectors. So write that one down. Power. You must be a person of power connectors. You must connect to power connectors. It's one of the things that we have, no matter how much we are trying to do, it gives us problem. This is the meaning. Every one of you listen. When Jesus Christ came and he wanted to disrupt for advancing the kingdom of God, I say this and I'm saying it again. You will never, ever in your life see where Jesus went to a poor man's house. That is the man you are following. Go and read your Bible again. Every house that Jesus entered, they were well-to-do. They were known in the environment. They were different. You know why? They are called power connectors. You and me, Nee just made a statement here. He said, you are just one step from the best to happen to you. A place of action. I want to tell you, all the actions you're going to take in this life, if you take all the actions and you miss a power connector, your actions will never show anything. Never. So, if you watch the person that really resembled and emulated Jesus' leadership style was Paul the apostle, but he was not with him physically. Jesus died, he went to heaven 25 years after Paul got born again. So Paul, apart from the spiritual level, he has never seen Jesus face to face. But he imitated Jesus to the core. And if you read, Paul never visited any person in the New Testament that was also poor. Why? Because if you get to the rich man's house and the rich man decides to make an invitation, the whole village will gather. Are you with me now? The whole village will gather. Power connectors. The people that you and me are relating with, they are irrelevant. Believe what I'm telling you. Very spiritual. Very nice in intention. Nice in wishes. And what again? They can comfort you with words. Great, mighty words can come from them. But they can never, ever introduce you anywhere. None. Hey, you better listen. Is that okay? Yeah. Who do you know that can say, is this your problem? Okay, I have a friend. Let me call him now. Power connectors. You know, when they are doing campaign, have you seen somebody come to your house? It's because they know. They know. So all the Christians, if they are going to meet us, they know the only place they can meet us successfully is where? Is in church. Because when they put all of us together, we make one power. But individually, we can never be a voice. Who do you think Joseph of Arimathea was? That when Jesus Christ was, what audacity do you have? Roman soldiers crucified this person. They bullied him. And you have the guts to come and say, let them give you the body to go and bury. Huh? That he was what? Lazarus? And when he came, he asked them. He had access to these Roman people. The government, he had access. He said, give me. And they gave him. There are things that you can ask, you will never get. Not because the person doesn't have it, but you are not the kind that this thing should be given to. Power, what did I say? Power what? Think about you. The connectors we're looking for, and that is what network is. The number of people you know in business is the amount of money you're going to get. So customers actually, by definition, are your business. Customers are your business. If you do not have, you don't have a business. You have a name. Is it true? Everybody. All right. So power connectors. Let's look at that. If you have any case, let me say this. If you have any legal case and you want somebody to step in as a legal advisor or somebody to come in and pick up that case, let me tell you, we have to look at the biggest name chambers in town. True or false? All those chambers you see, they are names of individuals. Some of the companies we work under is a name, is somebody's name. And they have become household, nation hold, and continental hold, and world hold names. Why? You just call that one, they know. There is somebody that when you just move somewhere, you get so stranded, and then you call the name, and somebody knows, will say, come. They are not treating you. They are treating the person through you. So Jesus knew that. He had few houses he entered. Very few houses. And the people that Jesus connected with, 5 women, they were great in their position. They were people who take decision in the government. They had plenty money. Their wives can carry the money, bring it to Jesus to do ministry. And the men never worried that money was going to finish because they had a lot of it. And it was not embezzlement. I hope you can hear that. What I'm saying is, we cannot sit down and be saying they have changed the syllabus and the curriculum of schools or education, and that what they are teaching now, they are actually making our children to look like they are not human beings. You cannot do it from your home. Neither are you going to do it from your PTA. You cannot succeed. So what have we done? We have not gotten people who can get into the education system and draw the curriculum for students, for sanity, for character, for integrity. We don't. So whatever they sit down, if they say we will never allow this subject to be run again as a course in any school, they cancel it. Our children become the recipients of it. They will become victims. Why? Because there's nobody on the board to take a decision and say, no, you cannot take this out. And the reason is because this and this and this, if we take this subject out, our children will become animals. And that's what we have today. A teacher will come and tell the students and say, all of you here that are so crazy about Jesus Christ, forget about that. Don't bring it to this class. Then our children listen to it. Do you think it's just going to go like that? It will register. So when you come to church and you are telling them, it's that they are looking at you as their teacher. And they say, we should not bring this thing here. And it happens. When you go to PTA, what are they talking about? What are they actually, are they talking about what? You'll find parents standing and saying, they are beating our children, my children did something, and the teacher, so he's so angry, he's coming to challenge the teacher. That is not how to. That is not a problem. Maybe your child is completely out of control, which you at home should know. So, what am I saying? If you don't become an instrument of power, nothing you're going to be. What was this said in the when you read this the Bible? That a poor man, get that one very well. That's why it's called Proverbs. A poor man gave a great advice on how to win a war. And the people took that advice and they went and exhibited that idea and they won, come on, the war. But what did it say? He was never remembered. He was forgotten. Why? Why? Some of the studies you're going to be looking at, they say a poor man is never stable in one place. So if he has said something that you are going to come back to make reference, by the time you come, he's not there. Situations are moving, circumstances are moving somewhere else. He has relocated because of high price of whatever. So a poor man is unstable in all his ways. What are you going to be thinking? Think about it. And really, I want you to. I asked us, I said, how have they sized us? These people that are economic colonizers, what is it that they use? They mapped us. They have a sense of where the country is going as a nation. China, Japan, and any other countries, let me tell you this, they know everything. I'm telling you this. They know everything about us that you as a Nigerian, you don't even know. So when they are coming in for investment, they know the areas that they know that you don't know, and they know that you cannot go for details. They know we are not people that are detailed. They size us, they map us, they sense where it is. And I'm still saying this, that they even know where the church in Nigeria is going. The church is ending up in private pockets. The influence of the church in Nigeria is ending up in just fella, but not building a nation. So to be spiritually high and spiritually deep, and you cannot solve environmental problem, I don't know how we look at that, but that's a problem. So the political power in Nigeria, they also look at us as Chinese. They have sized us. They know our pocket. They know what your need is. So that's why if today I am elected and voted as the CAN chairman in Kaduna State, you will sweat to see me. No, that's it. Once they just talk to me like that and they show me money, I will kill all of you by refusing to receive your advices. Because receiving your advices means giving up on my money. They will say, we know actually what it is. But you see, go and tell your people that they should not do things like that. And they give you something. And what is the Bible? That the Bible makes it so clear that bribery blinds the eyes. True or false? Bribery does what? Which means what you are supposed to see, you can see. Honestly, you cannot see it. They know where the church is going. They actually know that the church has been bought by money, and money is the need of the church. So they use these two ways to control. That's all. And we are not. You remember in so many, I taught you on first things first, those of you who are members here. And I told you, I said, that there is no organization in the world today that is as rich as the church. Vatican only can feed the whole world. But they will never connect with Baptists. Because Baptists are not. They will never be part of ECWA. They are not. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Why? Because they have divided themselves in that way. And we have. And I said it, and even if we have them as maybe Muslims in the midst of us, there are different kinds of sects in Islam. But I'm telling you, when it comes to advancing their cause, they are only one. They enter into their office with their mat. They don't leave it outside. Once it is time for government, it's not time for them. time for them is the one for them. So they can actually disobey government time to meet their time. So when it is this time to pray, they go. Doesn't matter what you say. Yes. Now, why? Why is it that nations will just look at us in Nigeria or look at us as a country? They just know. Why will somebody predict that by 2015 Nigeria will have been divided? Now, some of you are saying, while we are still together, are you actually still together? Maybe you need to go again and find out what does it mean to be together and what does it mean to be a fraction. Now, out of that prophecy from 2015, here is 2021, and we have had what? Agitations. Arewa is going to break. Biafra is coming up. The West is going to come up. And then Middle Belt are saying, we are not fools. We are going to come up. Now, what is it? And we are still talking about 2023. Now, what politics are they going to play to get us there? It's called repentance. So Atiku is changing. Tinubu is changing. Who again is changing? Everybody, the other governors are changing. You know, once while you are sleeping, they size you, they move. Is that right? They move. People are your network before they become your net worth. The more people you know. This is why no matter what they are doing in the East, a man from Sokoto will go there and have meetings with them, and they will eat and sleep and chat and talk, and they'll be happy. Why? Because on top of their desires and whatever they want, there is peace. It is when you dig down that you find out that there's something that's not correct. That it is. We must find out ways of becoming entrepreneurs ourselves. That's the greatest disruption that you're going to cause. You must begin to leave this idea of working and being on a salary. I'm not saying resign. No. Work and have your salary. But make sure that your entrepreneurial spirit is greater than your salary work. And you have to build that area until it becomes so big that you now have time to give it, then you now can resign. I hope you know that. So we must look at this. We must, and I'm just telling you this, we must find out ways of becoming entrepreneurs ourselves. Or else we will wake up and we will not have a point of entry. Which I also know that people know. Point of entry simply means what? When investment today is 5,000 and you say, no, it's too much. Then tomorrow they say it's 10,000. No, I'm not, it's too much now. It's even worse. And then it's 20. By the time you really see that company that started like a joke begin to excel and succeed, your entry point, you won't have it. Because now your entry point is probably 5 times, 10 times bigger than when you were told. I have discovered Nigerians, 2 things happen to us. It's either you want to do a business and they say, okay, let's start with 2,000. They say, is 2,000 that can start a business? It means this is not really business. And the man is speaking as if they say 10,000 he will bring. Then they bring 10,000. They say, why don't we start small? Same man. One is too small, the other one is too high. At the end, you say, I was there when they were starting, when they were talking about this business. Oh, if I knew, I would have just come in. Now, your entry point, you cannot even be qualified to enter. Seriously. So think about your entry point. 2 core abilities for thriving. If we're going to be changing, what is going to cause us? We have 2 abilities that are going to cause constant thrive. The first one is the ability to quickly master hard things. It's one of the disruption. You and me are Nigerians. And you and me also understand very well that one thing that Nigerians are not known for is anything that they're going to do that is hard, they're going to back out. But naturally, we lack labor. I hope you get that. Doing hard things and doing labor, they are not the same. Somebody would prefer to dig 8 hours and be paid 2005. But he will never want to study for 1 year on one thing. Sitting down in the class. To him is, no, it's too much. So hard things, we must, and I'm using the word intentionally, quickly master hard things. That ability, that this thing is hard, everybody is running away. Let me get in. You know why? Because what will age you out is the ability to solve hard problems. Yes. Great problems that you can solve because you learn hard ways, you will have money. Money will shift directly to you. Money will locate you. That's what we say. Money does not locate just because you are a Christian. Money does not. And you know, I have said it over and over. You can never have money because you're a Christian. It's not true. Anytime God's going to carry God's going to carry somebody's money and bring it to you because you are his child. He is actually destroying the principles of work ethics and reward. If you do not work, you should not have money. And it's normal. Yes, it's normal. Nobody, it is the highest insanity for us never to work and to expect money. I don't know how we think that way. Just because I am a Christian, I need to be a millionaire. By this time, I'm supposed to be this. It doesn't work that way. Right from Adam to where we are, nobody has become that way. Those who have even become by inheritance, it never lasted 2 years. They blew everything. Why? Because you cannot protect what you do not labor for. It is. Let's look at it. If I bought you a gift, very nice one, and I give it to you. You don't know how much it was. You don't know how much it cost me. Honestly, you're going to give it to the next person without even thinking about it. You just pass it. But you see, when you work yourself, you earn money yourself, you bought that gift yourself, you know how much it cost you, and you are giving it, you will think twice. That's why when people receive gift from you without saying real thank you, and you know the worth of that gift, are you not offended? You're offended. Come on, never. How? You are angry. You wanted the thanks to be equivalent to the gift. So Jesus said, when you carry what? He said, don't give gold. You know gold? The process that you went through is what brought in the gold. So he is saying that the person who looked like a pig is not worthy to receive a gold value gift. Because you went through processes to get gold. So finally, it's fire that processed that gold. And now you give it to somebody who will just trample over it. Is that? The first ability is to quickly master. What are we mastering? Hard things. Don't look at things that are hard and run away. No business is easy. No business. You have to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. You have to. So it's synonymous to success, failing. And it is another way to define success is failure. To fail is actually to succeed. Believe me. And to succeed is to get ready also to fail. Because you will. The second point is the ability to produce at an elite level. Yes, you must master these two qualities. The ability to produce at an elite level. Don't do things from mediocre. No matter how small it is, make it global. That's where we are now. Nothing like local content. That word is obsolete. It has to be international content. So now, we don't have any person that's going to be called local champion. There are no local champions anywhere now. Disruption has happened by globalization. So you can never have somebody local champion. No, it's either you are an international champion or you are not. This is what we are looking for. So, what does it mean to produce at that level? Highest quality, highest precision, accuracy. You have to do everything like that. That anywhere you are, people can actually get your product. Not only in this place. So, the ability to produce at an elite level, then the ability to quickly master hard things in terms of both quality and speed. You don't produce at an elite level and you master hard things and then you don't meet deadline. Because the speed will also deal with you. Speed will make people that are what we are having today is what we have heard from the two speakers. Speed is what actually differentiates you. That at the fastest level, you are still a quality person. That's what it is. Some people say, if I put in speed, I will lose quality. Yes. So they say, I want to give you the best. Please give me time. That is not the truth. You can give the best and be at speed. And these are the people that we are looking for. Yes. This is what we are looking for. It must be, and we must come to those areas. So let's look at it in closing. That the person who aims and supplies the capital has the strongest advantage. True or false? Yes. The person who aims and supplies the capital has the strongest advantage. You cannot compete with these people. You know, like when we started, we had a meeting here and we wanted to know what is taking away achievement from our young men. And I remember we had videos to watch and we had all presentations and we came up to about 7 things. And one of them was what? Media. Now you heard what Nee said. And I don't want you to underestimate that part of distraction. You know, distraction is actually disruption in a negative way. It is altering something that is supposed to have not been there in an abnormal way. When I took time to watch when Alexander from Lagos came, he gave us, and there's this video that I said, you are free. The first black billionaire in network. He said for him to move, he started meeting mentors and started And they told him, what phone are you using? He told them the phone. He said, how many contacts? 200 contacts to 300. And he asked, he said, what all these people on your phone and in your in your SIM card, what is their benefit? So he now came and they said to him, you have to do what? Delete. And he said, after he read and he had all kinds of 7 days, he started putting the names that he will delete. And the first person he wanted to delete as a major distractor was his mother's number. Every day call, every day call, every day call. You didn't call me yesterday. What happened to you? Discipline. Have you seen? Now, mother distraction is like boyfriend and girlfriend. Have you seen them now? You have to be calling your boyfriend 3 hours or every. So if you calculate that one, you call in the morning, afternoon, evening, before you go to bed, first thing in the morning, you call, you text, you do the chat. If that is not going, the maintenance of that relationship is going to have crack. And they say, calculate. And I told you, in economic value, money does not flow like that. It flows in trickles. It's not how big you earn. It's how small but consistent over a long time period. So they say, let us, all the people that were taking tobacco, cigarette, and the rest of them, cigarette. They say, in American stores, they say, can we just do something? Now, if you were supposed to buy chewing gum or buy cigarette or buy, once you come to a store, you buy, and your change that is remaining is equal to a chewing gum, a sweet, or a cigarette, leave the change there. You know how many billions they had in 1 year? But when you are spending it on cigarette, you don't know how much you have spent. Because it doesn't look like it's a major shift, but it's a shift. It's a shift. I want to say this, that the one who aims and supplies the capital has the strongest advantage. If you can't learn, the truth is that you can't thrive. I don't care. Some of you are honestly here. You are still in the digital time that we're talking about, but I guarantee you, you are obsolete. Because what people are using the digital for, you are obsolete because you don't use it for what they use it. You use it for something else, and they have gone beyond that part. So you are Mongo Park, even though in the digital age, you are still using the monologue. Are we all here now? These cameras, you see them. You know those how they started those things. They started, if you are going to take passport in my age at those primary days, it's like Gono. The person will come and put something over him. He's looking like Ojuju, and they'll be looking through something. And somebody will be there to be positioning you. You don't see the man. You don't see the camera. You see something black like that, and they cover like a gun. And they will say there was Kodak, so they come to school. When it moved to a new level, they will just say, there is a camera that can snap you and give you the picture right there. And we say, go away. And then we saw it. And then those cameras, you can carry them to zoo. They are still alive. Oh, as great as they are. But they cannot be used now. Why? It is because people have learned to thrive. So they don't need those equipment for where they are. They don't. Huh? We started having this kicking dinky, is it not? You have to put your leg and then they will teach you that one until your leg is used to it before they will give you thread to put it this way. Now we are talking about industrial machines that they can sew 100 dresses in a day. And you are going to sit down, be doing like, telling people, okay, come tomorrow, and then to get your own dress. They will go away. You have not seen those things? All our architects, what were they using? They will carry very big something like this and be walking up and down. Once you see them, you know they are going to Polytechnic. Big things like that. Rulers, and you just see them, you know. These are either they're going to for environmental or they're going to main campus. You just see them waiting for any boss. So when laptop came and they say, okay, now everything is that you are doing presentation. You don't need to carry those things and get plenty of papers that you have done design with rotary. No! They started putting designs into laptops, and somebody said, no, I can. And they say, you are coming to do presentation. They say, yes. And then you come in and you are opening newspapers that are very long like this. They say, what is that, calendar or what? They say, no, it's the design. They say, no. We don't have time. We don't have time. They are looking for somebody who has learned hard things and has delivered on an elite level. So you just come, you punch, and they come. Now, people have moved from that kind of a design to a 3D. So why won't you learn? From graphics, I'm telling you, there are graphics now that you can do now. Nobody will buy. Nobody will give you work. Because they have moved from that level of normal graphics. And you are going to be saying, God is not giving me a job. No, you are not giving yourself a job. It's because when people move, you better move. This is the season and the time in which we are. If you want to become a superstar, mastering the relevant skills is necessary, but not sufficient. Necessary skills are completely necessary, but not sufficient. Because sufficiency has to take another level. So for the fact that you have skills now, you can do something now, you cannot compete with your mates. Softwares are everywhere now. Yes, they are everywhere. See how all those VHS cassettes, where are they now? They are gone. Audio, where are they now? They are gone. Somebody decided to solve that need. They have to sit down and work. Okay, how can we take VHS and convert it into a DVD? So they work on it and save us. Or else some of the documentaries will have gone forever. Somebody is saying, okay, can we just take these ones and put them into MP3? And then they do one. And then somebody say, can we get something small to stick these things inside? All of those things are coming. You can't sit down and be saying, I want the best from God, and God is making movement, and you are staying in the same place that you are. So I have come to challenge us. This is just where we are going to stop. And the rest of the disruption, which is far ahead of us, which we have not touched. But I want you to understand from yesterday through Elisha to where we are today, me and myself. I want you to think, is it truly true that I am mentally lazy? Because none of the presentation will mean anything to you if you don't. The 4 disciplines of execution is one book that was my course book during my organizational study. 4 disciplines of 4. That if you are ever going to execute anything in this life, there are 4. Now, when people are telling you 4 disciplines, they are telling you that for now, you cannot go beyond this until somebody refutes it by study and experience. When you say this person has broken record, this is. So what did they say about Uwela now? The son. Have you not read? You have not seen it? That he broke record of doing surgery using robotic method on spinal cord. And Uwela's son became the best and the first in the world to do that. Now, how many companies will line up to get him? How many hospitals will want to do that? Already. He is already. People who are at that elite level. That's all. Let there be a president that is having spinal cord. They won't call you. They will go for the man. You see how it is? Then we sit down in a house, we stay inside, and there's nothing we are doing, and we are angry. Just angry. And they don't remember me. Who is supposed to be remembering who? This is when Bob Marley said rat race. It's the rat race. Do you know what people are going through for them to remember you? Huh? We cannot live this way. So it is why we must shift. Honestly, we have to shift. You know what? Shift from attracting sympathy. Shift is a deadly thing. Yes. You have to shift. Just shift. In fact, if you're going to do this, what I'm saying, believe that you are the only person alive. Nobody is here to take care of you. And see how you're going to survive without any person helping you. Prefer that solution. Get into it. Put it on an imaginary vision and say, I have nobody here on earth. How will I survive? Nobody to wake me. I have to wake myself. Nobody to instruct me. I have to instruct myself. Nobody to challenge me. I have to challenge myself. Nobody to rebuke me. I have to rebuke myself. Nobody to discipline me. I have to discipline. Own it. If we are going to have any leadership, it has to be because the whole world has shifted. Everything has shifted. Everything has shifted. So you cannot be in this world where everything has shifted and you still want to we cannot be doing parties like we do before. Is it? No parties now. Whatever we were getting in the party has come home. And people nobody want to dance anything now except those who are stupid. So we cannot go and get a hole and say, we're going to be having a dancing party and you're going to bring all these things. The worst of people is not strong enough to twist. People are like Steve, they stay home. Kidnappers have driven us to home. Abductors are, if I see you do party, you are on my bike. So everybody is running away from bike. Nobody want to say, I am rich. Everybody want to say this. People who build houses, they have run away from the houses. They are looking for shacks to rent. So why? Why are we going to be doing like that? Big cars don't impress any person now. Nobody, everybody is running. Drivers used to drive their buses, and the buses would sit at the corner with food flask and all kinds of meat, and they're eating while they're driving them. Now they sit together with the driver. And they dress as if they are conductors. So that if you stop us and they say, why? People have, and I'm telling you, people read books. They spend the night reading books. They spend the day reading books. You can't see them anywhere, but they are mighty in their ways of. And when they come out, they shock us. You are too comfortable for a disruption. And you must deal with it. You are too comfortable for what we are looking for. We have to. We have to. Somebody say, I am comfortable wearing my scars. Yes. I am comfortable wearing my scars. Because the scars is a sign that I fought. The gladiators and all of those things. One person was campaigning to become the governor of Rome. And they had a stage. And everybody will come and give their own 7-point agenda, 7 minutes, all kinds of people were doing that. And one of their general came up, and there was no speech. There was none. So they were asking him, where is your speech? And those years you have to have them. And I said, no, I don't have any speech on paper. So he just came up and he stood on the platform and he removed his dress. And they saw his back with scars. And he said, all I have to do and all I have to tell you, see the scars. I fought for Rome. Yes. That was all. All of them who had pages, they have to carry them and go home. What is it that you're going to show? You mean the story that Nee gave us about the gazelle and the lion is a daily thing. This thing that you have learned yesterday and today, the lion will move, the gazelle will become a victim. There are things that won't cross tomorrow in the whole of your life. Then there are some of you who are thinking that I will start digesting these things from Monday. That, yes, you are anointed to do that. That from Monday, I will really take this note and find a quiet place. You are gone. You're already gone. I want to say thank you. I deeply want to thank you. Those who put their strength and their effort, their energy, their intelligence, their emotions to make this leadership a success. I commend you to the Lord God that I serve. To make it come to you that you have served humanity and that you have opened doors for greatness for men and women. That what becomes of them is left for them. And so your struggles and your restlessness has never been in vain, because we have seen 100% success in this meeting. Yes. One. And people always cause things to happen. And it is that God will trust you more for the leadership 2022. With this, I want to say thank you. And we greatly want to see you 2022 October. That will be